Well, good evening. I'm your host, Robert Wilson, with Cowboy Wisdom, Hypno Acuity, and Cowboy Wisdom podcasts. Tonight, we're talking about the 7 ways why I'm athletically imperfect and liberated imperfection. I awakened to understand politically correct perfection causes stress and drama, trauma, and all the unwanted stuff in your life and cause the negativity. As I'm awakened and aware of the dare to face and embrace to get embrace gallantly and steaming, I am athletically imperfect, expressing liberated imperfection. So I really realized that because life is a mess and we're trying to put a perfect world in a mess. It's a messy mystery. Roguish riddles and pristine peace all at once. But we're trying to live in a perfect world. We're trying to take education and put it into an uneducated, unrehearsed, unrealized, and an unexplainable event because it's never occurred before. So we're trying to take our thinking, knowing mind and go forward and put it into a out of everywhere chaotic dare to dance, appreciate, realize enterprising energy is inside the situation. See, thinking and knowing is a shell. Listening and questioning is it's like on a Tootsie Pop. It's the chocolate inside a Tootsie Pop because life is like a Tootsie Pop. You know, you got the hard shell, but you got the chewy chocolate inside. Well, that's the way life is. It shows us the chaos is a hard shell, and it just sweetens it and makes it taste. But we always know the treasures inside, and so what do? We bite the hard shell to get to the chewy chocolate. I did, but what I never realized is that's what chaos is. It has a hard shell. And the wisdom, insight, and clarity is a chewy Tootsie Roll inside. But I always wanted to go straight through to the Tootsie Roll and never realizing there was a journey and a voyage, an inner voyage and an external journey through the situation for me to understand the chaos in the external world is liberating inside me because the chaos is not in the real world. It's never in the real world. Chaos is inside me. Everything you think the outside world is internal. It's all here through your subconscious representations and everything. So when you can understand everything you're trying to rise through in the outside world is inside you. So then you can start listening and questioning. And then you understand life is imperfection, featuring enterprising expansion. Liberating invitations, fostering enterprising expansion. Love, invigorating freedom every day. Life tells us what it is. It's liberating invitations, fostering everything. But life is it's a tease, a teasing torment. It wants to tease us to see whether we're going to cry or fly. And the mystical sources, your spirit, that doesn't care either way. Because you're going to have to rise, expand through it, rise out of it, and show your shiny spiritual prowess to move forward. That's the thing I really understand. When I can admit I'm liberated imperfection and athletically imperfect, I can listen and maneuver through it because I ain't stuck in the muck of my overthinking, stinking from an outside world. Everything we learned in school is what somebody else wants us to know. Education is something else that somebody else wants us to know. And we're trying to use their knowledge to go through our situations, then we end up in a big pity me bitchuation, bitching and belly aching about what's going on in life, rather than listening and question, why is this occurring for me? That's what I like about my liberated, or my being athletically imperfect. I have the pizzazz to stroll through that with a gladiator's gumption and a sword of sapience to cut the lies I tell myself about what happened yesterday. Listening and wisdom is a sword of sapience. Sapience is wisdom. And you can cut through the rat-a-tat crap you tell yourself, because all the stuff you think the outside world is just a rat-a-tat crap inside yourself. And trust me, I had a bunch. Oh, I still have a bunch. Because it's an everyday liberating experience I do. Because I let go of the poopy do of what I thought I should do to open up to my desire do. Daring optimism. But how does it feel to be athletically imperfect and liberated imperfection that chauffeurs you through life with the greatest of ease? But imperfection is just my internal moxie, as my athletically imperfect is my innovative natural ability showing me a better way to experience life. When I understand the athletically imperfect of me, I set myself free to feel that liberated imperfection flow through my veins of fame, opening up my Picasso artistry, coloring my world with my charismatic charm, disarming my inner harm to harmonize my inner world with wisdom, optimism, rebellious, liberating dexterity. It's up to us to set ourselves free, because now when you get the Tootsie Pop, you get all excited. Well, that's what life is get excited. But when you see the hard external cover, realizing the chocolate Tootsie Roll is inside, what do you want to do? You just want to bite and break the outer shell, but you never get to enjoy whatever flavor Tootsie Pop that is and work your way down through it. And that's just like questioning. That's what questions do. It allows you to work through the hard shell of the situation to move yourself forward. And that's something I've really, really opened up to, is it's being relaxed and calm to question my way through life, because everything is only as exasperating and chaotic as I allow it to be. And my childhood and the way I grew up until about 5 years ago was more like a kamikaze pilot. Just bomb into it. Don't take time to listen. Don't take time to question. Just bomb right in there. Showing them you're the bonehead doing it. I was good at that. I could play the bonehead well, and I could play the liberator well. But the more I understand, life is liberating imperfections, fostering everyday events for me to expand through. Is life is nothing more than a liberating invitation, fostering a way for us to play a better way. But you're going to question and listen your way through everything. That calms, that charismatic appreciation, loving your magical energy to move forward. As I am athletically imperfect, expressing liberated imperfections that streams my charismatic Dharma charm to esteem, gleam, electrified, athletically imperfect frequencies of liberated imperfections with an aura of fortitude and F that tenacity, because my adventurous torch bearer, hellraiser legendary energy titillates my innovative charisma, animating my luminary legacies. Yes, the jazz is my innate mystique, pioneering elegance, revolutionizing, freeing, enterprising, canny, trailmaker leadership. Intuition, boldly electrifying, regal acumen, thrills, endeavoring daredevilry, instigates my mystical prowess, entertaining, rebel-rousing foresight, energizes campaigners, trailblazer, innovative, omnific nous. Neon's omniscient utopian sapience opens the way for me to understand and admire me for me. And something I really opened up to, when I adhere to my athletically imperfect elegance, my liberating imperfections, I am innovating a weird, wacky, and crazy imprint that sends my thinking, knowing mind into a tizzy dizzy just to go play somewhere else. As my crazy and weird in my liberating ways sends away my thinking, no mind, a politically perfect programmed world and people. You see, people want everybody to think they do everything perfect. And if you really want to get into that, go to a NFL quarterback's Twitter account. Everybody can sit behind a microphone or on the couch or behind a keyboard, and they never make a mistake. They're all pros, all Americans, and in the Hall of Fame. But really, when you criticize somebody and ridicule them, you're in your own hall of shame. Because whatever that other person, because when you criticize and ridicule, you're jealous and envy of that other person. And one thing I like about my athletic imperfect sets me free to show the world it's okay to play outside the boundaries of socialized brainwashing and outside of the box. And there's something else I want to show people is thinking outside of the box is a limitation because you're still inside the box of thinking. Thinking, knowing, and knowledge. And when you think outside of the box is imagination, intuition, inspiration, and innovation, unlocking your trailblazer talents. But when you think outside of the box, you're still unknowingly stuck in the muck of you with a paralyzing pulver of change, heal, create, transformation, and forgiveness. It's an unrealized, apathetic comfort zone, cloning today, mirroring yesterday. When you're trying to change yesterday or something in your life, you're into the many movies of that situation, and your subconscious mind, frozen in time representations, your feelings, emotions, and everything within you is controlling you, keeping you in your camouflage limitations. See, it's easy to think we're tough and really tough, but here's something to remember. The invisible is always has a silent strength that we can never break through. It's your spirit and your free-flowing energy with the air of dare that allow you to rise out of where you're at. See, we stress out because we're trying to think and know our way through life. And pick me. I could get mad if everything didn't go just according to my little thinking, knowing mind's vice grip, just like this. It can't go nowhere. Well, I'd get mad, throw a fit, be a twit, and do all the dipshit shit. And that is something I never realized was nothing more than me tormenting me, looking foolish to the outside world, giving everybody a good laugh. Because one thing about all your camouflage comfort zone is your insecurities, overthinking, stress, and being frustrated with the world. Because the world isn't in your perfection programming little step-by-step program. Life will never be a step-by-step program. And when somebody says follow these steps, steps are baby cliffs to fall off on. So when you can undress the stress, feel you are blessed with athletically imperfect energy, an internal nomadic nerve, entertains your gallivanting jazzy lyrics, sings your songs of liberated imperfection, invigorating my prowess, energizing, rebellious, trend-setting, energizing celebrations today, innovating, optimistic nerve. And when you sing your songs of liberated imperfection, you're opening up your sail away on sovereignty and sovereign liberation. See, the only thing holding you back in life is you. Your perfection programming stuck in socialized ways is the biggest dismay to your spirit and your free-flowing energy. Education will never let you rise out of a book. Everything you look at the world, in the business world, they never rise out of the book. They may do some things like back then when they changed the laws on the housing, and they did it with the terminology and the laws about borrowing money. There was nothing outside of the books. There was no innovation there. That was just pure crookery. And see, that's something. Where do they play the crookery of you? And how are the books and knowledge of crookery and the snookery of your self-sabotage? Because everything we think is in the outside world is actually free-floating energy within ourselves. And liberating imperfection invigorates my peerless, enterprising revelations, fostering ebullience, canonizing torchbearer, innovative, omnipresent nerve to forever understand my imperfect imperfections are my charming individualist head honcho chutzpah. See, understanding it's okay. You see, the thing is that we've been taught right and wrong and make mistakes. Never made a mistake in my life. I just had some chaotic daredevilries energize my whys to open up and rise above my situation. Nobody's ever made a mistake. The spirit understood there was a better way to experience and the outcome that you was trying to attain. And the thing I understand now about leadership is leaders listen to show people a better way to experience everything is easier showing me my free-flowing energy that rose me out of my in-the-box thinking, because I now realize, I stink in my think as I glisten in listening, lyricizing intuitive, sagacious treasures, lecture-wise as nomadic inner magic, nimble-witted gumption as I feel and witness titanium trust of my artistic acumen, agility, ability, and audacity to enjoy life with my buddy. That's funny. I always have my buddy with me. That's funny, to laugh at me, to set me free, to feel robust energy, enjoying my Tootsie Pop of life as I take the time to to question the outer shell with whatever flavor it is, and dissolve it down to the Tootsie Roll. So I get to taste the sweet success, lavish, endless abundance of my money flow as I feel unrehearsed energy and uneducated glory flow through me. And I really love my out of everywhere dares of my messy mysteries, rowdy riddles that unlocks my sleek, unique talents and trailblazer audacity that show for me through life with ease. Now and forevermore, I soar of my athletic imperfections, liberating me from my politically correct programming that excites my innovative imperfections. Yazza jazz is my yazza pizzazzed, and yazza panache to dance with my plush lifestyle as I am liberated imperfection and athletically imperfect. Just to feel the freedom of me, because now I told the perfection program world to elegantly F off, as I am liberated me from me. My viewpoints, opinions, beliefs from yesterday, I laugh at me, sets me free to adhere. I am liberated imperfection, soaring above socialized brainwashing BS, free of stress, rocking me out of my medicated limitations of institutionalized education and blasted out of the third world enslaving mindset, zoomed out of doom and gloom of business fascism, skyrocketed out of medium victimizing crapitis, whizzed out of business and education is good for all, stall, flew away from my self-help, personal growth, self-improvement, psychology written books to instantly torpedoes me out of sheepocracy, pooology, and liberating me from me, as I now realize life is a Tootsie Pop. As I dissolve my favorite flavor of Tootsie Pop, now I taste the wisdom clarity of the Tootsie Roll elegance inside. As I now realize I'm wise and I am liberated. But the more I understand imperfection and it being imperfect, the less I'm caught up in trying to fit into society's perfection programming that's got the world scrambling into the past and cast away in delusional despair. So as I awaken to my imperfections, I invigorate my prowess, energizing celebrations today, as I understand life is for me to rise, shine, and expand of my dreamer's dexterity, desired lifestyle, and accomplished outcomes now and forevermore. So as you understand, the outside world is innocent. Everything you think is going on in the outside world is going on in here. So when you question yourself, listen and question this with a liberating intuition, you free everything within yourself to sing your songs of sovereign success. I want to thank you. I am Robert A. Wilson, Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity and Cowboy Wisdom Podcast. And may your night and life be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world.